Is your attention span shorter than a goldfish? A goldfish's attention span is around 10 seconds. For how long can you stay focused on one thing without doing something else? According to a study, most people nowadays can't keep their attention on a task, work they have to do, or even a video for more than 8 seconds. You've heard that right. Many cannot stay focused for more than 8 seconds. I can even bet that you will not watch this video until the end without getting distracted or looking at something else on your phone. Why is that? Well, there are a few reasons for that. The first one is that everyone uses some sort of a device nowadays, whether it's a mobile phone, a tablet, or a computer. You've probably seen even grandmas and grandpas with modern phones using them to scroll through Facebook or YouTube. Maybe even your grandparents have got at least one and use it for the same reason. This shows that we cannot go somewhere without a phone to keep us entertained. Even the elderly people are dependent too. We use them most, if not all the time. Some do from the moment they wake up until they go to sleep, and even then they don't let go but stay overnight, wasting their sleep just to scroll through YouTube or social media. Let me ask you this. Do you know why the phones were even invented in the first place? Well, they were created with the idea to help ease the communication between people from distance without having to always go somewhere when you want to share something that is not that important. Nowadays, they are used almost all the time for sharing or watching stuff on social media, as a way to play games or just to kill some time. So how can we fix that? Well, the solution is actually way simpler than you might think. The key is boredom. With boredom, even doing the most simple things can be exciting. Here's an example. A young boy around 15 or 16 years plays a lot of video games. He plays so much that at that point, he gets bored from one too fast and switches to another. He gets bored from doing a task when he starts it or when he's midway through it and quits. Let me repeat that again. He gets bored from doing a game task and quits it to play another game. Do you see how he can't keep his attention, isn't focused, nor committed to finishing the task, and lazy at the same time? He cannot finish something while doing a hobby. His dopamine receptors are burned. Embrace the boredom. If you can't finish a task or keep your focus on it, you need to learn how to use the boredom to fix that. But you may ask, how and why should I stay bored? Isn't that the opposite of working hard? Yes, it is, but that does not mean it's a bad thing. You get bored when you do something for an extended period of time, meaning you get tired of doing it and want to do something else. For example, you need to study for a test. That is tomorrow. You study for around 30 minutes and then you start feeling tired. You decide to take a break and immediately think of using your phone. You start watching YouTube, playing a game or something else. You spend some time on it, forgetting you have more important stuff to do. By the time you realize, you've wasted 30 minutes, if not more, instead of studying, and you've probably forgot some of the things you read, and you will need to study the same things again. Instead of using your phone, you can stay bored and do nothing, and I mean literally nothing. An instance of doing nothing is just staring at the wall or the ceiling without trying to fall asleep until you get the urge to do something, so you start studying again. Don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting doing nothing only while you're busy with a task. You can also do it when you have free time too. I want to ask you this. For how long can you go without your phone? Many people cannot stay without their phone for more than 5 minutes, if not even for one. A simple example of that is when you're waiting for the bus to come. There's a screen that says, "He will arrive in about 3 minutes." So you think, what will you do in these 3 minutes? Mostly, you just pull out your phone to scroll on it. Instead of wasting time on it, do nothing and let your mind chill out. Sometimes when doing this, I've even thought that reading a book would be better. So I started bringing a book with me almost all the time. And lastly, I want to share another extra reason why I think people cannot stay focused. The reason being is that some think about too many things at once. An example is when you're working on a project. You've made a plan, what tasks you have to do, how long each task would take, what it would take, etc. You start doing one thing, meanwhile thinking of another one. You're bursting of ideas on how to do it. Then your mind goes to the next thing, getting ideas, and it goes on and on. Focus on one thing before going to the next and finish it. This way, your mind stays focused on the current task, rather than jumping onto the next and getting tired quickly. Now, if you remember, I said at the beginning that maybe you will not watch this video until the end, but as it seems, you proved me wrong. So congratulations, your attention span is pretty good. But you also proved to yourself you can stay focused, meaning you're capable of doing the work without losing focus or distracting yourself. You just gotta force yourself to do so. If you found this video helpful, consider sharing the love by liking, subscribing, and sharing the video to spread the knowledge, and I'll see you in the next one.